Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Reno, and I am the Senior Academic Advisor at GBS Dubai. So we're in for a real treat today as we have a distinguished expert joining us, Dr. Iyanda Ismail. He is here to share his wealth of knowledge and insights with us. So Dr. Iyanda holds a PhD in Strategic Human Resource Management from Northern University of Malaysia. And his work is a deep dive into factors that drive organizational success, from high performance work systems to fostering employee creativity and talent management. Currently, Dr. Iyanda is a leading business program at GBS here in Dubai, where he's shaping the next generation of business leaders. His research spans a variety of dynamic fields, including strategic management, educational management, environmental sustainability, and even tourism, showing just how versatile and forward thinking his approach is. So today, here's a, he's here to take us a journey through his fascinating topic like adapt, evolve, succeed, reshaping skills for the next generation of work, offering new perspectives on how we can unlock higher organization performance and creativity in our workplaces. So without further ado, let's get started and welcome Dr. Iyanda Ismail. Dr. Iyanda?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present my idea regarding the future of work and the evolving skill sets. So let me start with this. We all know that the business environment all over the world is full of uncertainties. It is rapidly been evolving due to rapid technological advancement. So I have some ideas to share with you, and this is how it goes. First of all, the businesses around the world, they need to be agile. They need to be adaptable. And in order to be adaptable, they will also need the employees with the ability to adapt and ability to become agile. So in a nutshell, what we are saying is businesses should be agile and as well as employees. So in order to be fit in this world of work, there's need to be adaptable. So the future of work is changing rapidly due to technological advancement. So what is relevant this year might be obsolete next year. So because technology is really, advancing in a rapid level. So globalization too is another significant factor that shapes the future of work. So because of this, the future of work is evolving. Because of this, the work modes, that is the pattern of work, is evolving. So look at what happened a few years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago in 2020, we had COVID-19, and this this particular event changed everything. It changes everything. Okay, let's start with the technological advancement. Let's quickly watch this short video clip.
Introducing BrainBridge, the world's first revolutionary concept for a head transplant machine, which uses state-of-the-art robotics and artificial intelligence to conduct complete head and face transplantation procedures, ensuring smooth outcomes and faster recoveries. Because head transplants require high speed, precision, and efficiency, BrainBridge utilizes advanced high-speed, high-precision robotic systems to speed up the process, eliminate human error, prevent brain cell degradation, and ensure seamless compatibility. The head transplant procedure involves removing a person's entire head containing the brain from their current diseased body and attaching it to the body of a healthy, young, brain-dead donor. Head transplants could provide individuals with severe medical conditions such as terminal cancer, paralysis, spinal cord injuries, or neurodegenerative diseases the opportunity to have a fully functional body while preserving their consciousness, memories, and cognitive ability. The neurons are the longest lasting functional cells in the human body. And according to our estimates, the brain is capable of lasting several hundred years, provided that the rest of the body remains young. The brain bridge concept involves the use of the integrated robotics platform comprised of the two autonomous surgical robots, designed to perform simultaneous surgeries on two bodies side by side within a single setup. The complete robotization of the process allows for the surgery to be performed in an environment with varying temperature and pressure. The procedure begins by preparing the donor and recipient bodies. The donor is a brain-dead patient who has a...
Now, if you watch the video carefully, you will see that the AI is replacing the surgeon, gradually. You can see the automation. You can see how AI is trying to replace transplanting one head with another. So this is what we are talking about. AI technological advancement, they are shaping the future of work. This is reality. It is not, it is real, it's a reality that we have to work with, that we have to come in terms with. So now, by year 2030, 50% of work activity could be automated. So you can see how the surgery was carried out by robots. So this is how the future of work is being shaped. So automation changes the nature of work, and traditional roles are being redefined. So, and this is creating new opportunity in data science, robotic, and the tech-driven field. In fact, let me tell you, in every field, the existing field around the world, the AI, the technologies have been, integrated into it. Any college, any colleges, any university that are not integrating the technology into the existing field of study this time around, they will become, they will lag behind. So, in a nutshell, technological advancement have, shaped and continue to shape the future of work. And like I said previously, COVID-19 also is a significant factor, environmental factor that also contributes to the changes in the pattern of work. So previously, before the advent of before COVID-19 broke out, everybody was working in face to face, physically, nothing disrupted. But when COVID-19 erupted, when COVID-19 broke out, so they changed the pattern into remote work. So, and this has been in existence and increasing after even the COVID-19 has gone. So let's follow. 48% of employees will work remotely part-time post 2023, according to a report. So, which means the shift to remote and flexible work models give rise to new job roles and emphasize the importance of digital communication and cross-cultural competency, like what we are doing now. The speaker and the audience, they are in different places, they are in different location around the world. So this is what technology is doing, and this is the new work pattern. And in order to be fit for this kind of situation, there is need to increase, or there is need to shape, and there is need to improve our skills, because in any workplace or for any occupation or for any career, there are three skills, there are three things, or there are three factors the HR in any company are looking for. One is knowledge. Two is skill, and the three is attitude. These three things, I'm going to explain it, expatiately, subsequently. But just understand that, If you want to, if you want to be successful in your career, if you want to be fit in any organization you belong to or you are working with, there's need for three things: knowledge, skills, and attitude. So an HR employing any employee anywhere in the world, in any organization, there is need, they always look for these three things. And that is knowledge, skills, and attitude. I'm coming to expatiate on that. So just understand that. So the shift from remote and flexible work models give rise to new job roles. And this new job role requires certain skill set, requires certain skills, apart from the knowledge. I'm coming to explain what is knowledge, what is skill, and what is attitude. But just understand that the new job roles, the emerging job roles, requires digital communication skill and cross-cultural competence. Okay, globalization, we know globalization. Now the entire world is like a global village where you can communicate, you can transact, you can engage in business, business dealing with anybody, with any individual, with any firm, anywhere in the world, because there is interconnectivity, telecommunication. All these have made the world become global village. So by year 2050, Asia is expected to contribute to 50% of global GDP. So, and this is indicating that the world is interacting with each other as if it is a firm. It's like a company. The world is becoming like a company where individuals from different sections, from different units, from different departments, working together, interacting together as if they are in the same place. That is the meaning of globalization. That is the trade between two or more countries is now is getting more easier than before. So now that it is the reality that the world is like global village, so there are things that we need to improve ourselves on, that we need to keep ourselves with, and this is cultural intelligence. I'm coming to explain that too. Cultural intelligence. It's very okay. Look at this our college here, Global Business Studies. It is an international, it is a global college that combine people from different backgrounds, working together in the same company, located in different continents of the world, located in different world, and we are working together as a team. Do you think this is simple? It's not simple, it's complex. So this complexity requires every individual working in GBS to have certain skill, to develop certain skill. And one of it is cultural intelligence. There is need for that. And also the global economies is shifting, is shifting and demanding for, adaptability and cultural awareness. Like I said before, companies, will need to be agile, as well as employees will need to be adaptable. Same cultural intelligence is also important. So I'm just explaining what are the factors that contribute to the evolvement or evolution of works. What the way we are working, in 2 decades ago, a decade ago, is different now. There are new patterns evolving. There are new ways. There are new ways of doing things now. So this evolution, these new job roles are precipitated by, are caused by factors like globalization, like rapid technological advancement. And also there could be other environmental factors as COVID-19. But these are the factors that contribute to the evolution of work patterns. So we should understand this. Then it is after we understand this that we can now, think about what are we going to do? What can make us, fit in this kind of scenario, in this kind of situation? What can we do to be fit? What can we do to improve or to advance our career? So we have to understand this first before we can know what and what we need to do in order to be fit, what and what we need to do in order to increase our career. So this is also another factors that contribute to the evolution of work patterns. The way we do things keep changing. So this is one of the factors. Rise of emerging markets, countries, are the economy of countries, most especially in the Asia and Africa, they are increasingly, developing. They are developing. There is a high rise in, emerging markets. For example, Asia's economic expansion, along with emerging market in Africa and Latin America. These developing countries or high-income countries like UAE, they are developing rapidly. Their economics are developing rapidly. So business leaders who understand this economic development now, they will be in high demand in those countries. That is, in those countries, there will be need for more business leaders, and there will be need, and also there will be high rise, or there will be a kind of high rise in businesses, establishing businesses. There will be high level of establishment of businesses. So in order to succeed in this kind of situation, there is need to know and there is need to understand how global market work, the dynamics of global market. There is need to understand this. So, and there is need to operate within the diverse economic landscape due to the globalization aspect of it. So digital economy is also growing, like e-commerce, fintech, all of these are growing. According to Statista, the global e-commerce market is projected to reach $6.3 trillion by 2024. This is this year. So in order to cope in this scenario, there's need to develop skill in digital marketing, data analytics, and financial technology. So I will explain this the set of skills that need to be developed in order to be able to cope in this kind of situation we find ourselves. Okay, now before I delve into discussing the skill sets, the knowledge required of you as growing up, so there is need to summarize what I've discussed so far. One, it is a reality that the future of work is evolving. There is high level of evolution. The way work is being done is evolving, is changing, and there is new patterns of work. There is no pattern of work. So the secretary in 2 decades ago is different from being secretary in this present time. So the job roles, the responsibilities, the duties are changing due to the factors we have mentioned. What are those factors? Globalization. 2, rapid technological advancement. 3, economic growth in emerging economies, like in developing economy or high income countries. So these are and also another environmental factor, which is COVID-19. How this factor contributes to the evolution of of work pattern. So now we have established that the future of work is evolving. The requirement of job roles keep changing. So now, what are the skills that we need to develop in order to be able to advance our career, in order to be employable, because not every graduate is employable, in order to develop employability skills. So what are those skills? First of all, let me start with what I mentioned previously, and that is KSA, knowledge, skills, and attitude. So knowledge is the information you acquire at your, grade 1 to grade 12, even with your, when you join the college, all the information, all the lectures you attend, and all of these, constitute knowledge. What you are being taught in classes constitute knowledge. So that is one thing required to, be employable. So the next is skills. The skills are developed from the knowledge you have acquired, and these skills will reach the level of automation over years when you start practicing what you learn in class. When you start practicing what you learn in class, then it becomes skills. So it's a practical mode of the knowledge that you have acquired over years in classes. So skills is the second thing. The third thing is your attitude, your behavior. Your attitude and your behavior. Some people, I will give you some scenario whereby it's very important, not only the knowledge you acquire at school, the skills, and also the attitude. There are many, behavioral, attitudes that are required, and there are many behavioral attitudes that are not required. So that's the reason why we need to understand all this. But according to World Economic Forum, these skills are growing, that is, are becoming more important in the world of work, and why some skills are declining in terms of their importance. So now we focus on the skills that are growing in demand, that are becoming more important, that are becoming indispensable. One, analytical thinking and innovation, active learning and learning strategies, creativity, originality and initiative, technology, design and programming, critical thinking and analysis, complex problem solving, leadership and social influence, emotional intelligence, reasoning, problem solving and ideation, systems analysis and evaluation. So these are the growing skill sets that are becoming more important, that are indispensable in this situation we find ourselves. So now I'll be explaining these skills one by one. So including the in this kind of reports, they combine both the skills and attitude together. I mentioned previously, for your reference, three things are being looked at when you attend any interview. HR are looking for three things: knowledge, skills, and attitude. So in these skill outlooks, in this report by World Economic Forum, they combine the skills and attitude together. So I'll be explaining the most important skills in this report. Number one, critical thinking is very, very important. According to management scholars, there are three types of skills. There are three types of skill for any employees at work. In order to excel, in order to succeed in his or her career, there are three sets of skills that are required for career success. One is called technical skill. That is the skill you are equipped with when you join, when you attend college, or when you go to university for your bachelor degree. Technical skill. For example, if you are a medical doctor, if you attend, College of Medicine, medical school. They will teach you how to, treat the patient. If you go for surgery, they will teach you how to become a surgeon, how to perform surgery on the patient. All these are technical skill. Okay, if you go to driving school, they will teach you how to drive, in its various, aspects. They will teach you that. That is also technological, technical skill. If you attend marketing college, they will teach you how to become an effective marketer. They will instill in you marketing skill. So these are technical skills. The second skill that is also very important is what is called interpersonal skill. That is the third thing I mentioned previously. That is your attitude. How do you cope with people at work? Because you are going to interact, you are going to meet, you are going to, cohabit and co-work with people from different background, with different personality. How do you maintain peaceful coexistence with them? In order to have, in order to have positive, organizational, in order to achieve or accomplish organizational, goals. I will still expatiate that. The third one is called conceptual skill, and that has to do with critical thinking. You have to be able to be creative, you have to be initiative, you have to be innovative, you have to be, you have to conceptualize, you have to, imaginalize things and arrive at solution in any critical situation. This is very much important. So this is the reason why at GBS we used to engage our students, we involve them, we engage them in several activities that will improve and increase their critical thinking ability, improve their critical thinking ability. Critical thinking ability has to do with you being innovative, with you being, initiative, with you being creative. So this skill is required at any level of your career. Most especially if you want to be in the leadership position, if you want to, if you are a managerial employee, definitely this is top number one. Number one skill, critical thinking skill. Critical thinking skill, creativity, innovation, all of these skill sets are put in one, in one term, and that is conceptual skill. Ability to imagine things, ability to conceptualize things, ability to, create, to be creative. So this is number one. And at GBS, we do this. We equip our students, we train our students to, improve this ability. We inculcate in them this very important ability, critical thinking ability. We groom them, we train them, we develop them to, have this critical conceptual skill. Conceptual skill involves critical thinking, creativity, and innovation. The second skill that is also very, very important is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. I will tell you a story. It is, real life. It is real life story. There was a wedding. I just want to tell you what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is all about you understanding yourself, know who you are, understand your personality, understand your temperament, then manage your personality, because every individual, every personality has good side and bad side. Every personality has strengths and weaknesses. So you have to understand that. You understand your, good side. You understand your, bad side. Then you manage it. You leverage your strength and you manage your weakness. You improve it, your weakness. Then another part of emotional intelligence is you understand other people. You understand that people are of different personality. People are of different, temperament. So you understand them and you manage the relationship with them. Okay, if you have 5 friends, maybe at work or in school, definitely they will have different personality, different temperament, and you have to, relate with them based on their personality. You cannot treat your friend A the way you treat your friend B. So that is what emotional intelligence is all about. Understanding yourself, manage it. Understanding others and manage relationship with them. That is what is called emotional intelligence. And this is very important. I will tell you the real life story I mentioned earlier. There was a couple, they married and they have been together. So the husband and wife, they are doing fine. The couple is doing fine. And husband is working, well-paid job. So suddenly the husband lost his job. So they were trying to manage and cope with the situation until the situation changes. So there was a time during this situation, during this time, they cannot have 3 square meal. That is, they cannot have complete 3 square meal like having breakfast, lunch and dinner because of financial constraint. They could not have this 3 square meal. It's either they have breakfast and dinner, or they have lunch and dinner. They cannot have 3 square meals. So they have been managing their financials, their finances, and they are trying to cope. So one day, and the wife is also cooperative with that, is cooperating with her husband on this situation. So one day, husband went out to look for a job and came back, late, very tired, and so on. So the husband slept. So during the midnight, like around 12:30 a.m. or 1 a.m., the wife woke the husband up. The wife woke the husband up and said, darling, I have something to discuss with you, and I think this time is going to be the best time to discuss this because it's very serious, this and that. Okay. The husband woke up and okay, what do you want to say? Then the wife said, in my family, they had an occasion, they want to do the burial. This is in African context. They used to celebrate, passing the way of, the elders. So they call it a burial party. So my family, they organized a burial party for our grandfather who has died several years ago, and we need to, they assign, they give us, they tax us. That is, they ask us to pay a certain amount of money in order to, convene and organize that party, this and that. So I will need money to do this and so on. So you can see, number one, this woman, this wife understand the situation, their financial situation, and that very day they couldn't have 3 meals. They only have breakfast and dinner. Why? Because of their financial constraints. So the husband was just looking and still, trying to understand and trying to, interpret the situation. Like, the situation, and you are still asking me. You woke me up. You know that I've gone out from morning till evening. I returned very tired, and I was sleeping, and you woke me up at this time to discuss this kind of issue. You can see. So if the husband is not emotionally intelligent, definitely it's going to lead to a kind of fracas. It's going to lead to a kind of fighting, and even it could lead to physical attack. So that is what is called emotional intelligence. You need to understand people. People are emotional, in different situations. For example, if you happen to have someone, a friend or a leader or a manager or a father or a mother who is let me call him sanguine, because this is entirely an independent, independent cause of work. Is an entirely, discipline. Emotional intelligence is a broad, discipline. But I just want to mention this type of temperament. There are some people, they are choleric in nature. There are some people, they are sanguine in nature. There are some people, they are, phlegmatic in nature. There are some people, they are, phlegmatic in nature. And these different temperaments, they have their own good side and bad side. Let me talk about choleric. Choleric is somebody who is rigid, who is blunt, that he doesn't, he doesn't care. He just say what is in his mind without, considering the situation or somebody who is talking to. So if you are choleric somebody, he doesn't have empathy. He doesn't have empathy. So, and this kind of people, you cannot convince them. They are, they are not easily convinced, and they are not easily motivated. So this kind of people, if they have children and that child, gets maybe B, that I mean merit, or gets, A minus, it's still a failure to them. They want everything to be perfect. A is A. So anything less than A, anything less than distinction is failure to them. So there's a scenario. I will play that video for you. You will watch it. You will see how being choleric affected a child and eventually committed suicide because of that. You can see the importance of emotional intelligence. And many people, I have witnessed it in my place of work. They are very good in terms of technical skill. They have technical skill, but the interpersonal skill is the problem and made many of them lose their job. Many of them lose their job because of lack of emotional intelligence. And, it's very important how to deal with people. And now, like I said previously, the mode of work, the pattern of work is keep changing. It's changing. And one of it is remote work. And when it comes to remote work arrangement, definitely it will involve people from different background, from different culture. So this is very important. In fact, let me talk about this more. If you want to be fit in this situation, in this present work pattern, number one, you need emotional intelligence. Number two, you need cultural intelligence. Cultural intelligence is part of the emotional intelligence. Okay, I will tell you, after COVID-19, the flexible work pattern and remote work pattern have been, on rise, have been increasing. Many companies have adopted these two patterns, flexible work pattern and remote work pattern. And when it comes to remote, it means that you must have digital communication, skill. You must, be technological savvy. You must have, some expertise. You must have some, expertise in technology, now to use all this telecommunication, application and so on. So in remote working condition, working pattern, it involves peoples from different backgrounds, and we need to understand them. I will give you like one or two scenarios that happened to me personally, and this is going to establish and underscore the importance of understanding people. understanding people. Okay, there was a day when I was pursuing my master degree. So I came from Nigeria, and in Nigeria we used to talk loudly. That is our nature. So even it's not really easy for us to talk, softly and talk, like we talk loudly, and sometimes it could be aggressive. So one day I was discussing with my friends in our hostel, and we were cracking jokes, talking loudly, laughing, and so on. So a Malaysian who is also a student in the same hostel and came to us and said, "Hello, how are you? I hope you are not fighting because you are too loud." We said, "No, no, we are just cracking jokes and so on." Then he told us, in Malaysian context, speaking loudly, laughing loudly mean, a kind of that the people, a kind of in-fight, situation. That is, it means to them, if somebody is speaking loudly, it means that they are fighting. So that is one scenario. Two, in Malaysia, if you want to, like for example, somebody is asking, to describe something for him or her, or is asking about a location, and you want to point to that location that it is there. So if you use your index finger, it is seriously offensive to them. It is very rude to them using, index finger. Whereas to us in Nigeria is what we use to describe something, to point to something to people. So that's another thing. To Malaysian, if you want to point to something, just use your middle finger. Use your middle finger is enough to them, is respectful, and so on. So see how important cultural intelligence is. Okay, in many in most part of the world, if you want to if you want to symbolize, if you want to say yes through a non-verbal cue, is nodding up and down. Nodding up and down means yes, but if you nod left and right, or you move your head to left and right, it means no in most part of the world. But in some culture like Bulgaria and part of Turkey, if you nod like this up and down, it means no. So assuming you have this kind of culture as part of your team, so and you do that, definitely is going to, be there's going to be a misunderstanding. You can see how important it is to have emotional intelligence and cultural intelligence. So let me quickly round it up. Now, in terms of technology, don't forget I mentioned there are three required skills. Three required skill in this, present world of work. There are three major skill required of you. One is technical skill, and that you are going to acquire it in colleges, universities, and so on. So the second one is interpersonal skill, and that has to do with emotional intelligence, has to do with cultural intelligence, and so on. And that is also, you have to acquire it. You have to work on yourself. So at GBS, we can offer you this two skill conveniently. And the third one we can also offer you, and that is conceptual skill that has to do with critical thinking, problem solving, ability, and so on. These major skills are required, in fact, high in demand. So are required for you to survive this present time. So the fourth one is technological related skill, and that is digital literacy and familiarizing yourself with how to use AI and so on. All of these are also crucial. They are also required. the technological skill. So it's also required. Well, due to the time constraint, I will just summarize what this video mentioned. And the fifth one, don't forget, technical skill, interpersonal skill, conceptual skill, technological skill, and the fifth one is communication skill. Communication is also very, very important. In this video, it was mentioned that this guy you see on the screen is trying to, make people understand that technical communication is powerful. It can change red to black. It can change false into true. He said confidently, he said, oh, smoking, it is propaganda, it is that smoking kills. No, smoking doesn't kill. And he started mentioning so many facts and figures, mentioning statistics, cook up. He cooked up this statistic. He cooked up this fact and figures to establish that smoking does not kill. Smoking does not kill. And he said, with the power of that communication, out of five of his friends who do not smoke start smoking. 3 out of 5 start smoking. They believe what he said because of power of communication. Effective communication is a significant and indispensable skill individual must acquire. So these are the 5 set of skills that are very much important for every individual looking for looking out or looking up to develop, advance their career, or who want to be employed. These 5 sets of skills are very important. Technical skill, interpersonal skill, conceptual skill, and technological skill and communication skill. All these 5 are very much important. So I want to summarize what I've said so far. I said that the patterns of work keep changing. The future of work is evolving, and these are caused by some factors, among which are globalization, technological advancement, and economic development, and COVID-19. I mean, part of it is so. The new pattern emerging now, the new patterns of work emerging, one of it is working remotely, virtual, working arrangement, and flexible. I have some cases I want to discuss, but due to time constraint, I may not be able to mention how this remote working arrangement and flexible working working schedule is also emerging. So for now, these 2 work patterns are emerging, are evolving, and companies are accepting them. So now, in order to be able to fit, we already know that the patterns of work keep evolving, keep changing. So now, how do we fit in? 1, we need technical knowledge. Technical skill. That has to do with what we'll be teaching you here in GBS. That if you go for marketing, we teach you all the skill you need to become a successful marketer. HR or management or leadership, these are technical skills. Second one will also teach you interpersonal skill, how to interact with your co-workers, how to interact with people around you, in order to have effective teamwork and so on. Number 3, conceptual skill. This will teach you how with this skill you'll be able to have critical thinking ability, problem solving ability, and so on. So the 4th one is technological skill, that is how to use all these telecommunication application, digital application, and so on. And the 5th one is communication. So our courses here are designed to incorporate and integrate. Our courses design and integrate all of these skill set, which means if you allow us to, if you allow us to improve you, if you join us, we are going to, groom you. We are going to develop you to have, based on these five skills that are very much required. So soft skill is also part what I've explained. That is emotional intelligence and so on. So in case of any question, you can ask. So this is, if you want to make inquiries about GBS, you can see it on the screen. So thank you for your attention, and have a nice day.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Iyanda, for a wonderful presentation. All right. Since we are live on different platforms as well, so we do have a few questions from our participants. I hope you have a little bit of time to address these questions, Dr. Iyanda. Is that okay?
Yes, yes, yes.
Great, great. So I have one question here. Are there opportunities for students to connect with international business or participate in exchange programs?
Can you come again, please?
Let me go back to it. So are there opportunities for students to connect with international business or participate in exchange programs?
Yes, we also have a window for exchange program. If you want to join the GBS based on that arrangement, so that's opportunity for that.
Okay, great. Now, since we have a lot of international students as well, what strategies can students use to build a global career after completing the program?
Yeah, first of all, our courses at GBS are designed, based on what are required in this present time, and we have industry-based, designed courses in which you are going to be, you will be connected with the industry. You will visit industry in order to be able to do the assignment in those courses, and this will give you this will give you ability. It will acquaint you with what is going on in the industry, and you are going to relate it with what we are teaching you in the four wall of the classrooms. So, and another one is most of our courses, and our courses are designed based on, is practical oriented. That is, you have to engage in certain activity to be able to, do the assignment, or write your report, or prepare your report, for the assessment. So all of this we give you, and also, as you know, is a Pearson program. So it is internationally, designed. So based on my experience, you have that opportunity.
Okay, great, fantastic. Another one is that based on your research in strategic management, what advice would you give to aspiring business leaders?
My advice generally is that while students are pursuing their technical skill, like what they are being taught in the classroom, they will also need to learn how to, improve their interpersonal skill and also conceptual skill, and apply this in any of their endeavors, apart from even academic endeavors or, professional endeavors. So they need to improve themselves. And there's one thing, even those who have, graduated from college, that's what is called lifelong learning, including us, we lecturer. We need to continuously learning, because world is evolving. We need to renew, we need to upgrade our, ability and skills. So my concise advice is that everyone, we must, I used to say that in my class, student, don't limit yourself to whatever we are teaching you in class. Try to cultivate the habit of reading at least for 1 hour every day to upgrade your skill. So my advice is we should cultivate the habit of lifelong learning. So we continuously learning even after we graduate from our colleges.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Another one is that how do you see trends like environmental sustainability influencing business management in the future?
Yeah, there has been increasing campaign about maintaining environmental sustainability. Recently, I presented a program I presented a paper in an international conference based on biodiversity and green management. So I presented that, and this from that presentation, I made mention that it is now it behoves of every companies to take serious the environmental sustainability in order to improve their profitability, improve their customer satisfaction, because now customers are sensitive to companies practicing green management. For example, hotels, customer will be looking for the ranking of companies based on their environmental performance. So, and this we choose the companies to work with to, patronize or tell to patronize based on their performance. There is ranking for environmental performance now. So there are bodies who rank organizations based on their environmental sustainability activity. So companies will need to look into how they can improve their environmental sustainability performance. So they should practice green management by conservation of their resources, energy, power, and so on. These are becoming more serious nowadays because the world are campaign against global warming and all this pollution and so on, environmental degradation. The world is now being more aware about it, being, creating awareness about it, especially the UNO. So, and really, this thing is happening. Global warming is really, evolving, and it can affect everyone and everywhere in the world. So, precisely, companies should be serious about their environmental sustainability performance, so that, and this can eventually improve their customer satisfaction and increase their profitability in the long run.
All right, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. One last question. How
Okay.
can students leverage this qualification to stand out in a competitive job market?
Thank you so much. In fact, this is a very good question. Yes, you know, students can stand out if they have these 5 set of skill I mentioned earlier when I was presenting. That is technical, conceptual, interpersonal, communication, and technology, because the part of it, interpersonal, is also very important. They may not ask you question, they may not ask you question related to that during the interview, but the HR, they are psychologists, because in HRM they study, that's what is called industrial psychology. So they will look at your disposition, the way you gesticulate, all of this during the interview, and they will determine whether you have that interpersonal skill. So for you to excel, focus on these 5 set of skills, and that is mine. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Ismail. Thank you for
Welcome.
sharing your knowledge with us. I hope you guys learn a lot from this webinar session. All right. So once again, in case you have questions, in case you'd like to know more about the admissions process, the program details, our contact details, our email address is on the webinar posted. Send us an email anytime or send us a WhatsApp message, and we'll be glad to arrange a personal call for you to discuss your qualifications, your eligibility for the program, and understand the entire admissions process at GBS Dubai. All right?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much once again. Have a
Yeah,
wonderful day, everyone.
yeah, thank you.